What are your
Mhm.
mindset questions like about or like concerns about?
Um, well, my main one was kind of like, I guess it's it's hot. I think the main thing that I struggle with nowadays is like when you think you're on the right path and then you go onto like Instagram or TikTok and you're scrolling and you're seeing all these people doing like different business models and they're like 14 making like a grand in a day, and it's like comparison is so difficult.
Yeah.
Like even though I'm 21 and I feel like I'm already behind, which is insane. So it's kind of like how to not listen to what other people are doing and be happy with what you're doing. And like kind of when it comes to people saying like stop limiting beliefs, like how do I actually do that? Like how can I actually do something actionable to make that happen?
Yeah. Wow, that's a great question. I think that for you, Annalise, you're in a vehicle. Stick to it. If you know the vehicle is proven and people have found results in the vehicle, stick to it. It always, there's a concept out there. The grass always seems greener on the other side. But most people don't know that they're standing on the green grass, right? So it always seems easier, it always seems better, but you don't know. Maybe that 14-year-old has been doing sales for 2 years, right? Or maybe that um, other person, right, has been doing drop shipping for years, or they have a huge background in business. If you know that your business model that you are in has gotten results for people like you before, stick with it. And stick with it until it doesn't make sense anymore. Stick with it for years until you succeed,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's really easy to hop from boat to boat, but that's where the devil hides. That's shiny object. Shiny object syndrome is always just like looking at the next shiny object and just like racing to it, when most people don't know that they're sitting on this shiny object. They're sitting on the treasure chest, which is literally where they are. And as they hop, as you hop, you realize like it's not that good as it seems. And then you hop again, you're like, okay, this isn't as good as it seems. And you hop again and hop again. And that's where the devil hides. He hides in your
Mm-hmm.
indecisiveness to commit. Commit to this business model for 2 years. Commit to
Mm-hmm.
UGC for 2 years, girl. That's all you need. All you need
Yeah.
is 6 months. That's all you need. And it's so easy to scroll, and we shouldn't even be scrolling in the first place. I'm going to be real with you, girl. We should not be scrolling in the first place. We should not be filling our brain with any of that BS in the first place. You don't know. Someone could be lying about their income. People do that all of the time online. They could be lying and complete straight up lying to you online. You don't know, right? But we're still scrolling anyway. So comparison comes from scrolling and seeing all of these people online. How do you just stop seeing them in the first place and just focus on you? Focus on what you're doing. Stop focusing on other people and their businesses. Yeah, they're teenagers out there making thousands and thousands of dollars. But are you going to be the next one that does that? That teenager probably committed to that business model. Will you commit to your business model? It doesn't matter about the business model. The vehicle, is it proven? Yes, UGC is proven. You know that, right? You see our results. You see people making thousands of dollars in our program. You see it. It's proven. Now, will you prove it for yourself? Will you take action? Right?
Very good. Yeah, no, I understand that. I think, as you said, like it's clear that UGC does work, and for the people it works for, they've obviously been doing it for a good amount of time. And for the people that I also see online, I'm sure their stuff works, but they've also been committing to it for a good amount of time. So that definitely makes sense. And so, how would you go about like tackling, I guess, limiting beliefs in all forms, but mainly, I don't know, I guess like comparison and self doubt and things like that? What do you do that's quite actionable?
We have self doubt because we don't believe in ourselves yet, right? We don't have proof to show, we don't have a concept or proof to show ourselves that we could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have self doubt. It's like, it leads back to the jumping from business model to business model. You don't accomplish anything in this business model because you're in it for a short amount of time. You don't commit fully. You half-ass things, right? Then you jump to the next. And that's where we self-doubt, because we set a goal. Hey, I'm going to start this business. And we didn't do it. We jumped, or we saw the next shiny object, or we compared and we stopped. We pause because we got scared. And that's where we start to doubt ourselves because we have not proven to ourselves that we are trustworthy. It's like you're going out with a friend to dinner and you no show. And then you rebook, no, dinner tomorrow. And then you just don't go. And then, no, I promise, Annalise, I'll show up to dinner tomorrow. And I no show you. How would that make you feel?
Terrible. No
You're
trust.
yourself every single day when you wake up, right? It's in the little things. Most people don't know this, but your business is a reflection of your mindset. So if you're out there and you're pressing snooze on your alarm every morning 7 times, if you're out there telling yourself you're going to go on a morning run and go to the gym every morning or every evening time and you don't go, if you're out there saying you're going to stop eating sugar or stop eating the candies or stop like drinking the milkshakes every day or whatever people do nowadays, Red Bull, and you don't do it, of course you're going to doubt yourself in business because you doubt yourself in every other area of life because you're not committing to your goals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think I see it reflected. Like, there's been times where I promise myself I'm going to go to the gym, I don't do it, or I promise myself that I'm going to get out, I'm going to go for a walk at lunch, and I don't do it, and then it kind of makes me not trust myself with my business, I guess, because I'm like, well, I can't keep a promise to myself. So that definitely does make sense. Yeah.
Girl, what do you got to do? What do you got to do now?
I've got to get into a proper routine. I mean, I'm great with my food. I eat amazingly. And now I've got to transfer that to the other areas of my life. Like, when I say I'm getting up at this time, I'm getting up at this time. When I say I'm going to work out on a certain day, I'm going to make sure I carve it out like an appointment for myself. And then hopefully that will give me enough trust in myself to go, okay, I'm going to send out 100 pictures today. Okay, I'm actually going to do 100 pictures or post this or post that.
Most people are so clouded in the brain from like their diet. And you said your diet's pretty good, but maybe you could be clouded in the brain from self-doubt and fear, right? It could cloud you the same way that sugar does, which is very interesting. But also same time, you could be clouded in the brain where like taking action is difficult. Do you feel that sometimes where taking action is kind of difficult and it's like, should I even be doing this? You're confusing yourself. You're comparing yourself. You feel that a little bit?
100%. It's like I know I need to do something and my brain like physically doesn't do it. Like, it's like, no, I don't want to. I'm tired. I don't want to do this.
There's a difference between an animal brain and a logical brain. Your animal brain is like that instinct that just like sees a McDonald's and like ice cream. I want it. And then you go get it. Right. But a logical brain is like, no, that's sugar. That's going to literally give me a sugar crash. Right. Like, no. And animals only have animal brains, but as human beings, we have both. We have an animal brain and we have a logical brain. And we need to use the logical brain. You know, if you send pitches, X amount of pitches, you're going to get X amount of result, right? Send more pitches. Sometimes, like, we just need to stop everything and focus on one thing at a time. Literally, your to-do list for if you spend 3 hours a day, for example, on UGC, your to-do list should have like 2 or 3 things on that of like setting up a system, getting your portfolio ready, responding to whatever, right? You should have like step-by-step things that you do. You should never do multiple things at one time. You're training your brain to like multitask and half-ass every single one of your like tasks. We should be focusing on one thing at a time. Hey, I'm going to sit here. My phone is in the other room. My phone's in the other room. I'm sitting here at my desk. No food, no drink in sight. Literally me and my computer. My computer is literally optimized, black wallpaper, optimized for my success. So you're not focused, so you're not distracted and you're completely focused, right? And it's optimized for your success in the sense of you not being distracted and you completing one task at a time. Are you setting yourself up for success? Right?
At the moment, no, definitely not.
Girl, we gotta lock in.
I know.
2026 is like how many days away? Like 3, 2, I don't know. Like, I can't go on like this.
No, I definitely think you're right. I definitely need to do that, what you said, like put my phone in another room, because I always have it beside me. And it's,
do you scroll?
I do, yeah.
Oh my gosh, no. You scroll?
I do. I've got a scrolling disease.
Oh my gosh, we gotta shed that disease, girl. You wanna know how you heal that disease?
I would love to.
You actually understand what scrolling is doing to you, and it'll disgust you so much where you won't want to do it. And let me tell you what it means. When you scroll, it's hijacking your brain. Let me ask you a question first. Do you feel emotional through the day sometimes? Where sometimes, some days with your business, you feel like an emotional roller coaster. You're happy, sad, depressed, like literally all in 1 hour. Do you feel that?
Oh yeah. I feel all the like a wave, which is like really unpredictable.
You know that's from scrolling, right?
No, I
That's
didn't know that.
girl.
Me.
Scrolling is literally making women emotionally unintelligent, emotionally unstable. Why? Because our brain doesn't know the difference between real emotions and fake emotions, right? So if we think of a very deep, dark thought from a while ago, say that your great grandma died, or your grandma died and you just had very sad thoughts, you're going to feel those emotions again, even though it's not real in your reality right now. It's just a thought, right? Same thing to when you scroll on your phone. Your brain is pushed with so many emotions through content, happy content, sad content. The more that you scroll, right, one video every 60 seconds, one video every 30 seconds, 15 seconds, you're hit with so many colors, so many positive, negative, happy, joyful, sad emotions through the videos that you're watching. Your brain is not keeping up, and it's emotionally wired now to process so many emotions at one time and become so overwhelmed and stimulated where you're emotionally unstable through the day. And it's killing women's emotional stability. And it's making us feel bipolar. Do you ever have that feeling where you have ADHD, bipolar, etc.?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you, I used to convince myself I had bipolar. Tell myself, oh, my parents, whatever, I have bipolar, right? It's from my family genetics. Absolutely not. It's what I'm doing to my brain when I scroll on social media. Most people don't understand the danger of scrolling. It's very dangerous for your emotional intelligence. And that's what's keeping people from hitting their goals in deep work time, where we're using our brain. We're thinking deeply. Most people can't do that. They can't think deeply. They're thinking layer one, surface level.
Yeah, that's very true. I think a lot of people say like stop scrolling, but I think you almost have to disgust yourself to make it happen. Like with me eating, like I've cut out like so like all the sugars and everything like that.
Good.
And like I almost had to watch videos of like what it could do to me to make that happen. And I think I need to educate myself and understand exactly what it's doing to my head, in the fact that I'm like so disgusted that I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that. I don't want to become like a bot who just keeps scrolling forever.
Yeah. I think that for me, what got me off of sugar forever, I literally went to my Christmas family gathering. So much sugar, so many like little treats, biscuits, whatever the hell. And I didn't eat once. I didn't splurge once. I literally ate meat, fruit, and vegetables. That's my whole diet. I'm basically a carnivore. And that's all I ate when there's pastries and carbs. How I did that is I remembered my old self on sugar. I looked at old pictures before I landed in Minneapolis. Looked at old pictures. I'm like, whoa, she had a puffy face. She was mentally ill. She had so much fog. She felt horrible. She thought she had ADHD, depression, anxiety. I brought those emotions back. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm never going to do that to myself again. You turn uglier with uglier habits. And I remembered that. I had a puffy face. I have a thin face now. I never saw my face with this thin in the best way, you know? Just remember your beauty. Your beauty comes from your positive habits. Beauty comes from positive habits that are good for us. When we're more intelligent, we have better habits. And when we have better habits, we're more beautiful. We're prettier. The average person, man or woman, is prettier. So if you're more intelligent up here, you'll naturally make better habits or have better habits, and it'll turn into your physique and looks. That's why very intelligent people, a lot of times, are pretty people. They know how to take care of themselves.
I would agree with that one. Round of applause though. That's very
Yeah, it's a fact. And that's what, I mean, I know it's vain and a little bit selfish, but that keeps me afloat, you know?
Mhm.
You'll be a
Mhm.
prettier person if you stick with your pretty habits, essentially.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, my boyfriend's kind of like the definition of that. Like, he literally has like no social media. I think he only has like Snapchat and he never uses it. And like any spare minute that I get, I scroll. Any spare minute he gets, he'll like play his guitar and like he can do beautiful things with like his spare time. Me, on the other hand, I won't remember like the video that I watched about 5 minutes ago, which just kind of goes to show like how damaging it really is. So no, for sure, I'm definitely gonna. I think I'm gonna just like maybe even just give my phone to like my brother and be like, hide it for me for the next 2 hours. I want to do some deep work. Don't need it.
Yeah.
And that will set me straight as well.
Also, what I did is I deleted all of the apps I did not need.
I
I
need to do that.
literally, my wallpaper is black on my phone. I treat my phone like a tool, not something that I'm obsessed with. All of these girls out here have the pretty phone cases and the pretty aesthetic pink, covers on their apps. Mine, I have like 4 apps that I actually use on my phone. The rest are just in folders of like my banking apps and everything. I have a black wallpaper. I have the least amount of widgets possible. I barely even have the weather app on my phone. And my phone is a tool. It's not something I'm obsessed with. It's not something that I carry around like a wallet. It's something that I use when I have to, and it's something that I don't use when I don't have to. I'm not scrolling on my phone. I was on Christmas break, and my cousins, when they're bored, like at a family gathering, they're all just scrolling. But I didn't even have that. I didn't even have my phone around me. I set up myself for success. My phone was in my wallet or in my like side bag by my jacket, by the front door, because I had that mental system to put my phone away already. Imagine if you just had those mental systems, you wouldn't have to have your brother to hide your phone. You can have those mental systems where, hey, every time you're sitting down to work, automatically your phone goes outside the door. Every time you sit down to work, your apps click on, or your app clicks on to hide or lock all of the other apps, right? There's apps like that. Like it's a mental system, it's a mental model that you can put into your brain so you don't have to rely upon anybody else. You can do it yourself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I'm definitely gonna ask you about those the good apps that you think like look up the other ones, but
I'm gonna send
yeah.
you a DM. There's one called Screen Zen. I use it, it's like purple. I'll make a note for you here in the chat. It's a
Thank you.
purple app. It's free. Definitely check it out.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else?
No, I mean that blew my socks off. So I definitely want to action. Yeah, no, I want to action that. I think a lot of like I know a lot of mindset people, and I think I think they're great at what they do, but always at the end of it, I think, oh, like I'm really inspired, and you let that inspiration last for like a good 2 minutes until you scroll and you forget it again, and it's like I need so like what I love is things that are tangible, things I can do. Like yes, there's that app, there's the actually like if I want to get past and work on my business, I need to get in deep work. Me and my laptop, I need to be able to be strong enough to resist my phone, and I can resist my phone because I now know that it damages my head. And I know why it damages my head because you explained that it's the colors, it's the emotions, it's the this, it's the that. So it kind of all links together to give your brain a reason why they should give up something that it's so addicted to, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's like layer one thinking is the average person is scrolling. They're like, I know scrolling is not good for me. I hear it all the time, but I don't know why and I don't care why, right? Layer two or layer three thinking is like, okay, I'm scrolling. I'm not doing enough work. Maybe why is scrolling bad for me? And then layer 15 thinking is deep diving into scrolling, what it does for me, why it's not good for me, and just becoming so problem aware where you already find a solution subconsciously. I became so problem aware of like what scrolling was doing to me, my company, what was at stakes for my business. I just stopped scrolling. I don't have any desire to do so. Same with sugar. I see sugar. I used to see sugar like cakes, pastries, walking alongside here in Thailand. I'd be like, I want it, right? But Now I'm like, I don't care because I desensitize myself to sugar. I'm at a point where if I have even a little bit of like white sugar, I will probably faint because I'm so desensitized to sugar, and I know the harmful things it will do to my body, and I cannot afford to faint. Like it's a very
Hmm.
very steep cliff, you know?
No, I have to agree with that. No, that's been very helpful. Thank you for that. I look forward to actioning that. And yeah, I think you said you're going to send me the name of that, the one that you really like that looks your app. So I definitely want
Yeah,
to try that
I
out.
tossed you a DM on WhatsApp. I don't know if you got it though.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.